time to get into some questions for the week. But my neighbor just got home, I guess. I don't know. There were these two kids that lived next door to me, and one moved out, and he comes home every once in a while, but his car is like really fucking loud. It's cool. Like, he's got a nice Jeep that's all like decked out and it's got all this like cool shit on it. But it's really loud. So if you guys are hearing that, I apologize, but it's just, it is what it is, you know? One day we'll have a studio, but today is not that day. But anyway, I got a good, I got some good questions. I haven't read them before, so I'm looking at them now, and some of them are making me laugh. One of them is, please make YouTube videos. Like, sir, I am. But I got a lot of them, so let's dive into questions for the week. Again, I post a questions poll every single Monday on my Instagram story, so you can put your questions there. I got some DMs this week for Instagram, or on Instagram for questions, so you can send me a DM. You can leave them in the podcast reviews. Contact me. That's it. Okay. What are your New Year's goals? How to drink and go out while cutting? So that's like a long question for me to answer during this segment, but I did say earlier in the episode that I think that's going to be my next episode. I'm going to talk more about alcohol and drinking, just as like a short tip now. I guess like my short tip would be like, if you're going to get a mixed drink, like seltzer water is the best way to go. And just be mindful of like quantity, you know, how much are you eating throughout the day? You know, how much are you eating when you're drunk? That kind of stuff. Fun, healthy recipe. Gave you guys the queso one in the last segment, so save my breath there. How to find energy. So obviously getting enough sleep every night is going to be the best way to get enough energy and make sure that your body is properly well rested. But if you are getting enough sleep during the night and you're still not you're not finding yourself very energized throughout the day, make sure you're getting enough carbs in. You know, caffeine is kind of like sugar, where it's like you get like really high and like you're really in, and then like you're really out and like really low. Carbs turn into energy in our body. So if you find yourself constantly tired, even though you sleep a healthy amount, check if you're getting enough carbs in for your body. This one made me laugh. How you got that ass look real? Well, thank you. My ass is real. And eating protein and going to the gym. That's all I'll say about that. Do you take suggestions on guests for your podcast? Absolutely. If you guys have somebody that you want to come on the podcast, I should have mentioned this before, I just never did. Feel free to like comment, shoot me a DM, say whatever. I'm like, obviously I want this to be beneficial for you guys and for you guys to be interested. So if there's somebody that you want to see on the podcast, fire away. Next question. Could I not be seeing results because I'm doing too many sets and reps each gym sesh? Yes. So you don't want to overwork your body and overtire your body. If you're doing too much, then your muscles are going to get very tired. It's going to be harder for them to recover, and therefore they're going to grow at a very delayed pace. So I typically stick to around like 4 to 5 sets, like 5 different groups of exercises. They say like you don't really want to be doing more than 100, what they say, 90 minutes, I think, of, I don't know, I forget. Now I'm forgetting. The point is you don't want to work out strength training wise for too long. Like I think it's like they recommend like an hour or an hour and a half, I forget. Because there comes to a point where your muscles are going to be too tired and it's going to be harder for them to recover. So short answer, yes. The sets and reps that you do really, really does matter. And I know that it's, especially when we're new in the gym, it's like we want to do everything and we want to go like so hard so we see results, but it's actually, it could be holding us back. So that's a very good question. How many fit influencers are wearing bum pads now? Feels like a lot of suspicious glutes, definitely not implying you. Okay, good, because my cheeks are real. I don't know, honestly. I've never really heard of anyone using it, so I'm not sure. Next question. Do you feel like guys or girls are more confident generally and now in this generation? I think guys, and I can't and I'm saying that this is just my personal opinion. I don't think it's there's no factual backup to it. One, I don't know what it's like to be a guy. I can't get into a guy's brain. I can't live a day as a boy. I can live a day as a girl. In fact, I do it every day. Girls tend to come across a lot more confident than they really are because of how insecure they are. I'm not saying that everybody does, but especially on social media, it's I've been guilty. I did it a lot when I was younger, it's you post a lot of selfies and stuff, not because you think you necessarily look good or just to be carefree, but it's I'm nervous what a lot of people think about me. Let me put this out there so people think I'm pretty type of thing, or faking it till you make it. And you know what? I'm not necessarily whatever you got to do to make yourself feel confident, I'm all for. I don't who am I to judge? But I think that struggling with body image, especially on social media now and stuff, is just something that girls have always been hit really hard with. And like I said, I don't know what it's like for guys, but I think that it could come across maybe that more girls seem very confident, but social media, it's quite a disguise. Next question. During each gym session, do you focus on one body area or mix it up? I mix it up. I focus on one body area, sorry. Your splits and how you work out can change based on how many times you go to the gym a week, so you're hitting everything. I split up my workouts so I hit each body part at least once a week in a way that really targets each one. So, for example, on my leg days, Monday I focus on quads, Thursday I focus on hamstrings. I find that it allows me to put more focus into that muscle and really really just put more focus on it and dive into it. I personally have found better results for myself when I isolate the muscle groups and really focus on them. Last question. I'm the worst for picking at food during the day between meals. How do I stop? I feel that's a question that a food therapist would be a lot more qualified to answer. But I do, like I said, I'm a snacker, and I definitely had that problem where I would just go into the snack drawer and be oh, it's just one pretzel. And then the next thing I know, I've actually eaten 2 servings of pretzels. Drinking water helps, keeping your water bottle by you. It'll help keep you full. Planning out what you're going to eat in advance kind of helps too, if you could do so healthily, just so you know, okay, this is what I'm eating today. Chewing gum can also help. I think it also, if you have meals with a good amount of healthy fat in them, they should fill you up longer, so you don't really want to snack, Also working, when I go to work, I only bring the snacks that I know I'm going to eat. I'm not bringing a whole bag of pretzels with me. I portion it out. So like I said, I think a food therapist would probably give you a better, a more educational response on that, but those are just my little tips. And with that being said, I guess that sums it up for the... Wow, I just turned into I just had a little country accent going on there. That just about sums it up. That's not even... I don't know what it was. Anyway, I'm just going to talk my normal self. That sums up this week's question segment. Like I said, look out for new week. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. Hold on. I lied. I forgot about the one in my DM. And I just told this girl I would answer it. Okay, yeah, this girl literally DM'd me a few minutes ago when I was recording this, so let me pull it up, because I almost forgot. Hey Liz, I have a question. I often struggle to keep my heartbeat high when I train upper body. Any suggestions to improve that? First of all, that's very normal. So my upper body like heart rate is a lot lower than when I do lower body. It's just like lower body. First of all, I'm able to lift heavier. It's like the movements like lunges and squats, you know, it's like I'm going up and down and your heart rate naturally will just go higher. So that's not like a red flag. That's okay. But if you are looking for ways to increase your heart rate, I would recommend throwing in some supersets, you know, or it's a little circuit style stuff. So supersets are 2 exercises that are back to back without any rate or rest. And that rest period, like that absence of a rest period, helps to keep the heart rate up for a little longer while you do the 2 exercises and then rest after. So that's one recommendation for getting heart rate up. Caffeine gets your heart rate up too. That's not really the healthiest answer though. And then just watch your rest times as well, you know. With upper body, I take about 45 seconds to a minute. Yeah, rest breaks, I don't tend to go over a minute because I don't want my heart rate to drop too low because then I got to build it up again, you know? So those are my suggestions. But your heart rate being lower than, or on upper body days than it is on leg days is very normal. No red flags. All's as it should.